All right. I teased this. A possible reunion in the desert off the top of the show. Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll. Lot of rumors floating around here. Too early to say if Russell Wilson is an option for the Raiders at quarterback, according to Pete Carroll. But Russ is a free agent.
Interesting.
Things did not go great towards the end there with the Steelers. Little Brian Windhorse action. Do you think we could have a
Why would that be?
Could we have a reunion of Russ and Pete Carroll? Now, remember, it didn't end well in Seattle with these two, so I don't really know what we're talking
adults
about.
Adults be adults.
Yeah.
Break bread, kiss and make
Professionals, right?
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, Russ is like, hey, man, see how much I got paid by the Broncos? You don't got to pay me much.
No.
I still got that guaranteed money.
Pennies on the dollar. You know him. You're familiar with him. Russ is a good person, right? Like, you don't. It is Vegas. I mean, let's not gloss over the fact that you literally have a choir boy as your quarterback. You don't have to worry about literally. You don't have to worry about him out in them streets in Vegas.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it just makes sense for Vegas in a way of it's not good. I'm not going to act like this makes sense for Vegas in a good way. It makes sense for the Raiders because when they hired Pete Carroll, they said, we don't know what's going on. We need to clean this stuff up.
Yeah.
We still have John Gruden on the books for that 10-year contract that he signed for all those years ago. Pete Carroll's going to be here 1 to 2 years, help establish a culture, maybe 3.
Yep.
Russ will do the same.
Yep.
So you get those two in together, and you just know what you're getting. But it's not going to improve the outlook of the team. They don't have an offensive line.
Yeah.
They have Brock Bowers. And they have Christian Wilkins and Max Crosby. That's all they have. It's not a good job.
Right.
Like I get why Pete Carroll took it. He wants to coach, and he saw the paycheck. Like 1,000% do that if you want. It's just not a desirable place right now. And like Tom Brady can only do so much. Let's not forget, like this is his first time as an owner. Like if former Super Bowl winning Hall of Fame quarterbacks made great owners, then the Broncos would be the greatest franchise of all time, and John Elway would be a great front office executive.
Right.
Like, let's just not overlook that of like what they're dealing with in certain spots. So, I don't know. This reunion, it's just, it's water. It does nothing for me. And on the pH scale, it is water. Okay. That's it.
I agree. This feels like bridge guys in Vegas.
Exactly.
Right? Both
head coach and quarterback.
Yeah, head coach and quarterback. We're going to get together. This reunion's going to happen that no one wants, and we will at least be respectable. We will build a foundation of, the right habits, how to be a pro, culture, everything you said. Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson can do that for you. My issue is, if this is, no disrespect, but if this is like Tennessee or Carolina, I could get behind that.
Yeah.
Or even that creepazoid in Jacksonville. I could get behind that. But this is Vegas, baby. What are we doing? This isn't. Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson aren't selling tickets in Vegas.
Yeah.
Max Crosby's not going to be excited to have Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson to try and help him win. Who gives a rat's patootie about that?
Yeah.
This is Vegas, baby. You got to go hard or go home. So I'm okay with this if I'm a Raiders fan. If the Raiders make it clear this is bridge stuff, they got to come out and own this. Hey, Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson, I know this isn't 2014, but these guys can establish what we're trying to build around here. And then next season, in a much better quarterback class, we will address it. Because none of the quarterbacks, as we just talked about, are any good in terms of drafting and stashing, having a project.
Yeah.
Jalen Milroe's not going to be any better a year from now than he is now, as far as I'm concerned. I just don't think it's going to work. So you're better off having Russ and Pete for a year, maybe 2, worst case scenario, and then you turn it over to a whole new regime. That I can get behind as a Raiders fan because it almost feels like it's just too late. They couldn't get any of the best head coaching candidates for whatever reason, right? Remember, they fired their GM too, so maybe that was some of it. But they couldn't get that. This is a weak quarterback class. They have nothing going for them.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, we're going to settle. You got to word it differently. But if you're Raiders PR, you pretty much be transparent and be like, hey, this is This is the best we can do for now to build a culture here, and then we'll address some of these things later.
We need to reset
Yeah.
the image.
Yes.
That's what it is.
It's a culture. You can use culture.
Yeah, I mean, for the team in the building, they're using
wanna
culture. To
build
the
the
public,
culture.
it's the image of the Raiders. Like, this is
Right.
a serious franchise that people are paying a lot of money for tickets in Vegas with all the other options they got, right? They got the Knights. They got the Aces. They got the Sphere. They got the Strip.
Vegas.
It's
Right.
Vegas. Everything is there. We need it more than just the people coming in for a weekend away.
That's right.
And making it a vacation or a trip away.
That's right.
A weekend away. We
It needs
need
to be a
actual fans here.
destination. Yeah.
And that's what the Pete Carroll hire was,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
That's what the if this Russell Wilson connection happens, that's what it is. And even like the rumors, like it could be Darren Bevel that could be the offensive coordinator. That's not a good quarterback that's not a good hire either. All respect to Darrell Bevel. Like, was this guy when he was in Wisconsin, but his stops around the NFL have not gone tremendous. Like, that's just it's
the Vegas Seahawks at that point, right?
Yeah.
Like you're literally bringing back the Seahawks in a different place, and it's years later. Like Russ this is the other thing, Russ at the end in Seattle was terrible. He did not look good. Like they were ready to move off. They were happy to move off of him.
Yeah.
So I just don't think this is going to work. But unfortunately for the Raiders, what the hell option do you have? You don't have any option. Quarterbacks don't grow on trees. It's a weak class in terms of the draft.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? I think it's fine to have Pete Carroll and Russ. I just think you have to be honest and transparent with your fans because they could see through the crap.
Yeah.
Hey, look. This is what it is. We're trying to establish a culture here, trying to sort of reset the brand, as you said. And then next season, we'll tank and get whatever quarterback it is. But honestly, if you're a Raiders fan, you're already used to the nonsense anyway. Mm-hmm. It's so dysfunctional. They're a mess.
At this point, just make the all-out blitz and hire Deion Sanders. Just hire Prime.
See, I thought that
I
too.
would rather that and to be serious of,
Yeah.
this is still going to take a while. We need to reset everything, but we have the head coach.
Yeah, I agree. But by the way, like we're talking about Pete and Russ as a package deal, if you hire Prime, you can trade up and get your door.
And then when Travis Hunter is nearing his rookie
free agency.
Exactly.
That's actually a great point.
It's a 5-year plan.
Oh my God, we just solved the Raiders.
All of a
Hey
sudden-
Tom, you need us?
You have a quarterback, you have a CB1, and a wide receiver on third down.
Bruh.
With Brock Bowers. Just get an offensive line, though.
You are preaching.
Shador needs the offensive line.
Do you
Right?
know how long people have tried to solve the Raiders? We just did it. Gruden couldn't do it. No one could do it. We did it.
Yeah. Gruden could have solved a lot of things, like email. Just like to get modern with the times, bud. But yeah.
Like HR.
Yes. Just like.
Like being a good person.
Yeah, exactly. There.